Welcome to Alvinsa Studio, your premier destination for innovative architectural designs and home inspiration. In this episode, join us as we explore the fascinating world of container homes in the Sunshine State. From sleek and modern to eco-friendly and sustainable, these container homes offer a glimpse into the future of housing. Discover how these homes blend cutting-edge design with practicality, creating spaces that are both aesthetically pleasing and environmentally conscious. Join us on this architectural adventure as we delve into the world of 3 Florida container homes, where innovation meets luxury and sustainability. Alvinsa Studio, where every space tells a story. There's nothing we love more than a cool shipping container home on a beautiful piece of property. This 2-story container house in Florida is less than 1,000 square feet, but still has a lot of livable space. And the amenities right out the door, not to mention the views, are incredible. We had the chance to connect with the owner, Rick, who had a background in real estate that he leveraged to plan this project. He built this beautiful 2-story shipping container home to use as a short-term rental on his riverfront property in Jupiter, Florida. Nestled at the headwaters of the wild and scenic Loxahatchee River and across from Riverbend Park, Headwaters Jupiter is an eco-retreat unlike any other. The shipping container house is encased in organic gardens, Florida native plant life, biking and hiking trails, and most importantly, the Loxahatchee River itself. The main space is a 4-bedroom and 2-bathroom prefab home with living room and kitchen, constructed using upcycled shipping container. You can walk into a comfortable and spacious entryway that opens into a dining room, living room, and kitchen. There is a spacious bathroom that can be accessed by the master bedroom or the main space. Upstairs you can find an incredible view of the Loxahatchee River and over 1,000 acres at beautiful Riverbend Park, and there are 3rd and 4th bedrooms. Bedrooms upstairs are large, comfortable rooms, both with small, compact refrigerators and mocha coffee pots, so you can enjoy your morning coffee with biscuits sitting out on the spacious patio on the deck, 2nd floor. Both bedrooms are joined by a full bathroom. This shipping container house in Jupiter, Florida currently is the only house constructed from shipping containers in the nearby area. Thoughtful design and unique construction allow you to be amazed with the sense of well-being and welcoming feeling you can find during your stay in this beautiful shipping container house in Florida. When Rob DePiazza's home of over 30 years was severely damaged by a fallen oak tree thanks to Hurricane Irma in 2017, he decided to make lemonade out of the lemons he found himself holding. Seeing the opportunity to reinvent his own approach to housing, he undertook the task of building a DIY shipping container home. With his lot just a few hundred feet from the Matanzas River, Rob's original house experienced several feet of storm surge associated with the hurricane, in addition to the heavy winds. It's a tricky place to build a house, certainly beautiful but highly exposed to the whims of Mother Nature. Rebuilding in the exact same place meant really thinking about how to resist future flooding, storm surge, and high wind events. Strong shipping containers were seen as a resilient building block upon which to base the home's design. And it didn't hurt that Rob had some exciting ideas about making his new container home into what is effectively a living art installation. Rob's container home is large, bold, and unique in ways that we'll explain over the course of this video. The home is surprisingly simple in its design, with a couple of small twists. 9 40-foot containers were used, and 8 of them were essentially stacked on top of each other, parallel to one another. However, the design made strategic use of negative space by placing the 8 containers around empty spaces that were the size of containers. Looking at some of the front-facing pictures will help, but we'll try to explain. On the ground level, 2 containers were placed on the foundation, separated from each other by 16 feet, which is the width of 2 containers. These 2 containers are for storage, with the space between them used as a breezeway and carport. The second level is home to 3 containers. One is placed immediately over one of the ground floor containers, while the other 2 are resting on top of the breezeway thanks to welded beams attached to the upper corners of the 2 ground floor containers. If you're paying attention, you'll notice that there was space for 4 containers, but he only placed 3 on this second level. That's because the negative space where a 4th container could sit is instead reserved for a covered porch. Finally, there's the third level. The third level also has 3 containers placed parallel and adjacent to each other, this time shifted in the other direction so that one of them covers the void taken by the porch on the second level. One other detail that will be important in just a minute is that one of these 3 third-floor containers was actually placed upside down, with the floor facing the sky. While the stacking and negative spaces created a very creative shape, it actually isn't as huge a structural challenge as you might think. All 8 containers are parallel to each other, with their ends flush. The main modifications are columns on the second level to support the third-floor containers that sit above the porch, and the previously mentioned beams on the ground level that support the middle containers above. Otherwise, the corners of all 8 containers are either touching or directly above the corners of a container below. If you were paying attention earlier, you'll notice that we've left out the last 9th container. A quick glance at the exterior of the home makes it clear where the last container was used. Set at an upward angle, this container is essentially a shade structure for the exterior staircase used to access the home. The staircase actually proceeds through a large cut in the floor of the container that holds the landing that opens to the second-floor porch and the home's entrance. Another thing that you might have noticed is that while the home uses 9 40-foot shipping containers, it only has roughly 1,600 square feet of living space. Well, in order to preserve the home in case of future flooding, the home actually begins on the second level. The 2 ground floor containers are only used for storage and aren't part of the floor space. Furthermore, the third floor container that was placed upside down was oriented that way in order to make a double-height open space in the living area. The floor of a shipping container is structural, while the ceiling is not, so it was easier to turn this container upside down and remove the ceiling rather than removing the entirety of the floor. The end result is an interior part of the house with 16-plus-foot ceilings, save for a small section of loft. Lastly, the container used as the exterior staircase shade structure doesn't have any living space inside of it. It's simply used as an accent piece, and if the extreme angle with which it was placed wasn't enough, the owner has a bright mural painted across the entire side to further catch your attention. This stunning 3-story container house is found in Davy, Florida, a Miami suburb. It's built from 8 40-foot shipping containers. 6 of them are stacked 3 high in pairs, and then 2 are placed side by side and bridge over from the second level. The house is fully clad with cement board, completely disguising its container origins and increasing its resiliency. It also features large, impact-resistant windows, important given the threat of hurricanes in the area. The first floor includes an office for the owner in addition to the carport, while the rest of the living areas of the house are found as you work your way up. The open kitchen, living, and dining room takes up most of the second floor, spanning across the bridged containers. The back of the house on the second level is a covered porch. The third floor includes bedrooms and an outdoor carpeted terrace on top of the second-level containers, offering a great place to relax and soak in the views. So whether you want to relax inside or out with sun or shade, this home has a place for it. The owner managed the construction of the house himself, hiring local contractors to help and keeping the cost to about $110 per square foot. It's very creatively designed home that you probably wouldn't even know is built with containers if you were just driving by. Architect Asghar Fathi says he is using the cargo containers, which he purchased for $2,500 each, to show the steel boxes could be used to create sustainable, economical housing that's easy on the eye as well. This is sustainable, economical, and easy to put together if you have the right crew, the architect told Orlando Sentinel, noting he also planned to install impact windows. There have been few issues in construction, but the architect says the project requires a talented and meticulous welder, something he was not able to find. In just a few months, when construction is finished and his family move in, they will be greeted by a 3-bedroom home with an open deck, a living room, dining room and kitchen, a 2-car carport, and a studio. Thank you for joining us on this captivating journey through 3 Florida container homes with Alvinsa Studio. We hope you've been inspired by the innovative designs, sustainable solutions, and modern living showcased in this episode. Stay tuned for more architectural wonders and design inspirations from Alvinsa Studio. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for the latest updates on cutting-edge architecture and design. Alvin's a studio where imagination knows no limits and every space tells a story.